It's Podular. Welcome, guys. It is January the 30th, Thursday morning, episode 14. We're coming at you live, guys. Thank you for joining us here today. My name is Scotty. Again, I'm joined by my wonderful co-host Nate. Nate, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, Scotty. We got some exciting stuff to talk about here today. Got some new show announcements. We've got a donation opportunity, and we're getting into the second installment of our Wave Spell series here, man. And then we got a fun prompt to talk about too. We're going to talk about our top five people we'd like to take to their first STS9 show. As that is one of Scotty's favorite pastimes and one of all of our favorite pastimes too. And we thought that'd be a fun top five exercise. And then got a give and hot take from Scotty as well, man. But I'm doing well. How was your weekend?
No, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. I'm back from Dallas, thinking I'm thankful to be back in Denver. Honestly, Texas is cool for a little bit, but this is definitely home. So
Good,
pumped to be
good.
back. Y- yeah. So getting into some pre-show announcements. We'll start out with some unfortunate news. Phipps shared on his story. This is a organization or an academy. It's the Tamado Academy. Their website says it's the Academy of Sound, Color, and Movement. And they said on their Instagram page that it had reached illumination in the fires. A very optimistic way to look at everything, but what happened is it's gone now. And Phipps and most of the band, Tiberius and a bunch of them had shared some GoFundMe links and we just if you guys are looking for a meaningful way to donate that has to do with the band, maybe look up this organization and we'll share the GoFundMe on our page and consider donating if it's something that you feel so inclined to do. So just want to open it up there. And then we got some show announcements, Nate. What we got?
We are going back to Nashville, baby,
Nash Vegas.
for the Nashville 420. This seems like we might be getting into a yearly tradition here, Scotty. So that's exciting stuff.
Little 2-year, 3-year contract. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it this year, but super pumped that this seems to be a regular thing. I like any time that we get into the same place the same weekend every year. It's fun to have those things that we can count on. But we're not talking about last year's Vegas. We're talking about this year's Vegas and something else. Did we speak it into existence? I don't know, but sound checks are back.
that is exciting news. Yeah, they
Yep.
talked about some VIP packages with the mezzanine access. Me and you did one night on the floor and one night
Mm-hmm.
in the mezzanine,
Mm-hmm.
and got to tell you, it was quite a little bit better in that mezzanine,
Yep.
not having to walk across the whole venue to get to the one
Mm-hmm.
bathroom in the front left. But yeah, sound checks are back. It's something we talked about. It's something we'd like to see in 2025. So getting the opportunity to come in and we'll see what um, format they kind of use for that. You know, in the past they've done requests for songs, they've done improv sections. So I'd love to see a return to those improv sections. But April 18th, April 19th, back at the Sky Deck, and that's just a great time to be in Tennessee. That part of the year, man. And great weather last year, perfect conditions, and really cool venue right off Main Street. And yeah, I mean, those were some of the best shows last year. And with Alana's roots in Nashville, right? It's Tennessee STS9. I've never seen them play a bad show in the state of Tennessee, but Nashville in particular. I mean, she's got a lot of roots there,
She's
and
got some
it's
she's got some friends there.
yeah, she's got some friends there. Might be some opportunity for some sit-ins. Last year, some great openers as well. So super pumped. I think we'll be returning for those shows for sure. And always good to get the Tennessee STS9. You get the Bonnaroo shows, you get the Knoxville shows, you get the Nashville shows. You got Nashville Halloween 2014. man, some really cool shows have gone down there. So to see him going back for the second year in the row is super exciting.
Yeah. Let's get STS9 back to Memphis.
That
You never mentioned Memphis. Let's get him back to Memphis.
I would love that. I've never been to Memphis actually.
It's a pretty cool place to visit, man. I you know it's got some character. I'll say that much. But so there's been some good Sector 9 that's gone down in Memphis. That was my first experience with Alana. Actually, not true. Second experience with Alana. After she officially joined the band was Memphis in May.
Nice. Well, super exciting again to get back to Tennessee.
We got an opener announcement for DC that we haven't talked about
We
either.
did get an opener announcement as well. We've
Mm-hmm.
got Lotus opening for the Washington D.C. shows at the Anthem, which is the All Good Pre-Party. Man, I mean, I feel like we've been hearing it a lot of the fan community looking for an STS9 Lotus situation or a tour or something like that. So, I mean, we're big fans of Lotus on this show as well. So super exciting to see Lotus be on that bill too. So that's a match made in heaven, right, Scotty?
Yep. Yep, that's beautiful. Let's see more of that. I like how CS9's getting back to bands opening for them. Bands
Yes.
that seem to align, sonically with them, and if not sonically with them, at least that they like to open it up a little bit, like with a band like Lettuce, and then Lotus. Obviously, there's plenty that you can compare there. I can't wait to see that, and hopefully hopefully we see a little bit of overlap there. That'd be really cool.
Ooh, man, David Phipps sitting in with Lotus sounds pretty damn
Hmm.
cool to me.
Be really cool.
I've always thought I miss Mike Rempel a lot. I know Tim Palmieri is a beast, but Rempel was kind of the heart and soul of my Lotus fandom. I always thought a circus or like a Baraka with a Rempel sit in would
Mm.
absolutely go off.
Well,
So
his sound is just so jumpy and
yeah,
happy, and that just makes sense on any of those real blissed out STS9 songs. It's a great
yeah.
call.
Alana on a Sid, something real funky Lotus
Yeah, for
track too.
sure.
There is a lot of cool crossover there too. And speaking of Lotus, a couple weeks before that, back down in Resonate, we got a Resonate lineup here too. Lotus on that
Yes.
bill as well. That is a stacked lineup.
This is the
Taking
best.
a
This is the
look
best.
here.
It's the best Resonate lineup. I believe. I've never made it down there, but on paper, this is smoking.
Yeah. So you get 2 nights at SCS9 Detox Unit. I've listened to a little bit of Detox Unit, but my friends are super into bass music or obsessed. So I know that's super exciting. Spangle, 2 nights of Papadosio, Lotus, Opio with a new live experience. Always love Opio. You got Beats Antique, 5 a.m. Trio, other stuff that stands out to me. Chima Funk was super fun last year. Desert Dwellers. They've done awesome stuff like it. Way to spell that Desert Hearts
2 nights of
takeover
odd.
at the beach stage was pretty awesome. Yeah, dude, Ott was unreal last year.
Odd is
Thought Process
always
live band.
unreal.
I didn't know that was a thing.
That's
Yeah,
sick. And
Ott,
then
the
there's
sounds
Sneezy again
this
too.
sound. Yes, love Sneezy as well. Yeah, this is going to be a really cool event. Again, weather down there in Florida, you don't want to go much later than middle of May, I don't think. But
No.
last year around that time, it was perfect. And getting to get to Suwanee for the first time last year for us was so much fun too. I mean, if you haven't been to either Resonate or any of the other festivals they go to down there for, um, that is a really cool place to see a music festival. So super exciting stuff, and I think sound like we're gonna get more announcements later this week as well. So be on the lookout, and like they said, 2025 is gonna be a big year. So super excited for it. But now we get into listening to some music here, Scotty.
There we go. Yes, sir.
Right. So give the folks a rundown again. What is the Wave spell format?
So our wave spell format currently is kind of on downtime in weeks that we don't have a guest or a show to recap, or a city to preview, something like that. Me and Nate each bring 3 clips: a Murph clip, an Alana clip, and a wildcard clip that has no rules. It can be whatever, as long as it's STS9 related. It can be played. I don't know what Nate's coming with. Nate doesn't know what I'm coming with. We just know how long they are because we have to figure out how long these shows are going to be beforehand. But that's all we know. We flip a Zen can at the beginning to see who goes first, and we react accordingly to what we hear. Nate.
Well, did you see the results from last week too, or from
I did not. You brought that up over
last time we did
text,
this? You didn't
and
see the votes?
no, and I chose not to go and double check. I wanted to be surprised on what the results were. I did see at one point I was winning, but I don't know what happened.
What did you think of last time around? Do you
I
feel, I
honestly, your crystal kind of threw me for a loop. Um, I
That's what you were
personally thought,
saying. You're like, this is kicking my butt. I
yeah,
thought that was gonna get me the win. I don't know.
and no win
But
for you.
no, we've got Scotty. Scotty wins by 5 votes. So what is
Go,
this? The the
baby.
the point
Let's
tally
go,
3 to
baby.
1
Let's
now?
go, baby. Let's go, baby. We're out
Another
here,
point for
dude.
Scotty.
Oh my
So
God, dude.
we'll we'll
I'm gonna strut around every STS9 show with this belt, bro. Just wait. Just wait.
Oh, I can't wait to see the Pod Podular belt. It's gonna be sweet. But yes, we will vote on whose clips you feel like are hotter. Me and Scotty are both very competitive in a friendly way. But anytime we can make a competition out of something, we're gonna do it, and that's gonna make it
Yes,
fun. So,
absolutely.
cool. So the ceremonial flip here, we got the classic Cool Mint 6,
Hmm.
the front, and then in the back. Again, gotta make sure you guys are not taking a look at my code there, so you're not stealing my points. Call it in the air, Scotty.
Cool mint.
You're up,
You're
Scotty.
up. You go first. You're up. You go first.
You're deferring.
I'm deferring. I'm deferring.
Nice. All right, so we're gonna start with my Murph clip here. I'm gonna do what I did last week here, Scotty, for you from the Crystal, and I'm going to just not share my screen on the actual track here, so you can get an idea, so you can guess what song this is. We're going back to 2005 with this one.
I still have no idea.
That's the beauty of it.
feel like I'm running out of time. Whoa.
Yeah.
Is that Phipps? Murph is really holding this whole thing down.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Woo! Smoking 1.0, early 1.0 or orbital to start it here. That's a tough one, right? You get into
Yeah.
Zach and Murph there. Like you talk, like you said, holding it down, man.
Yes.
This is
Just
yeah, go for it.
man, I mean that is kind of the unsung genius of this era. Murph is on stage during any show you ever saw. You can't not notice Murph. But if you don't have kind of that trained ear, some of the finer things that he does can kind of go unnoticed. I was just really appreciating how good he sounded in my headphones as I was listening to that clip. I mean, just
Yeah.
laying down tracks for everyone else to just run laps
Just a
on.
constant buzz, just
Yes.
like that warm feeling. And like, man, early 2000s Zach is like otherworldly, man.
Yeah.
And some of that Hunter Brown distortion. This is a very good show. This is from a venue called Fourth and B in San Diego, California, 2005, April 13th. We'll make sure we post the link to it in the description. This is a show worth checking out. This is a part of a pretty insane drum and bass segment where they hit you with a very good squares and cubes, and then arigato. The second half of this arigato goes into drum and bass territory, and then goes directly into this orbital. This is good stuff here. Buffkin 901 had a comment on Bandcamp here. You're saying this first set belongs in a museum. He is not wrong. Near 15-minute Ramon to open, then a Tri-Knock Viable, squares and cubes into Arigato into Orbital, and then this four-year Puma is out of control too. And then the second set is just more gas. Like
That
if you
second set is fucking better than the first one, dude. Set 2 is Nautilus, Once Told, Mischief, Crystal, Luma Daylight, Dance, Really What is Love, Encore, dude. That second set kicks the shit out of the first set.
the first set, I don't know. On paper, I trend towards that first set a little bit more, but I mean the
I
whole
guess the
show is
Tri-Knock. Yeah.
fantastic, dude. This is required listening if you're looking to go back to '05. This is one of my favorite shows from '05. So love it. Start out with a heavy Murph track, and let's go to your Murph track here, Scotty. Okay.
Crazy. Come on. doing this in '07, dude. All right.
Yeah.
I didn't come
Damn
to
it.
fuck around tonight, dude.
You won round one for sure, dude. What the hell? You had to go to Boulder Theater 5-nighter? Unbelievable.
Yeah, that last night that does not get talked about enough.
Mm.
Nate, I've
Almost sounds
listened
like a PA section a little bit. Yeah.
I've listened to that no less than 15 times in the last week.
You
So
came ready.
yeah, well, I mean, I wasn't so like the way that I came up with my Murph and my Alana clip this week is I just kind of like I woke up one morning and I just felt a calling towards the Boulder Theater run.
Mhm.
Um, and I looked through, those if you're not familiar with that run, go check it out. It's really cool. But they're on par with anything else that got done in 2007, except for that last night. There's some wild shit that happens on that last night. Um, let me get. I've got the show pulled up right here. So this first set is just full of stuff that never ever happens. You've got it opens up a change in the weather against the grain part two, water song, and then what my clip was parks colliding into One a Day Sub ID remix into Bat Bat. And then Bat Bat goes into the Rabble, goes into Reemergence, and then you've got a Tooth at the end of that set. And then the second set is Open E, Life Sweet Breath, Circus, This Us, Luma Daylight, Tokyo, Aimlessly, Encore 12, Rent. Changing the weather against the grain, parks colliding, Bat Bat. To my knowledge, only time any of those songs have ever been played.
Yeah, so I know Parks Colliding is off the 1320 mixtape, right?
Okay, and
Yeah,
yeah, that's the only time it's ever been played. I looked that up.
certainly the only time that's been played. I cannot speak for the for Bat Bat, but dude, I was so close to playing the One a Day Sub ID, the one from the Fillmore for my Alana clip.
Yeah,
With it, so our heads are in the right spot there to hear a little bit of that. It's really cool. So you had a little bit of Alana in your Murph clip there, which is
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And then yeah, the
I,
ludicrous samples and the Bat Bat. I mean,
mhm.
that's like it sounds like Derek Vincent Smith was hearing that and he's like, "Oh, that's some shit I'm going to be doing in 2024." With
Yeah,
pretty light,
and
that resembles Pretty Lights Lab Band stuff right there.
yeah, and I mean, you heard me say it in the middle of it, but I just went back to what music sounded like in 2007,
Mhm.
and you put that there. And you know what's funny? I also had another thought. I bet a lot of people in that building fucking hated this first set.
I probably,
I
yeah.
bet they hated it. I bet there were people that walked out and were like, "What is this band doing?"
Well, they hit you
But
with that like 15 minutes. That's one of the best Water songs ever
yeah, yeah.
in that first set too. So they're appeasing the masses a little bit with that.
Sure,
Um,
but in between, you've got this weird, glitchy, experimental, hip hoppy, almost dubby in its darkest moments.
Sounded
Um,
like the cops showed up a couple
yeah,
times.
yeah, no, Fifth had ambulances and fire trucks, and there was a lot of chaos happening there.
Mm,
But just to be so ahead of their time in this moment, yeah, I bet this is most people's least favorite night that were there in the moment. But I just found myself starting this first set over and over and over because it doesn't sound like it came from 2007.
yeah.
It doesn't really sound like it came from 2024 either. It's so just outside of what you normally get out of this band.
Yeah. No, what are the dates on this again? So it's the Boulder Theater 2007
So
5 night run. It was March, right?
yes. So and this is the last night. So if you just count backwards, it is this is the 17th. So the 17th, 16th, 15th, 14th, and 13th are is that run. This is their first 5 night run ever.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's right. I think that's right.
I would label this run as required listening for anybody
For
looking to
sure.
go a little bit further back in the live catalog for sure. But
Yeah, we've touched on it
whew,
before. We played the Big Little scenarios from this before.
yes, we have. We'll be back to that run. There's no doubt about it. But all right, my turn for the Alana clip. Scott, I had to bring out the big guns for you on this one.
Okay.
So
Uh, oh,
good lord. Come on.
Oh! Oh. Fuck.
Oh, I had to hit you with another goat.
You hit me with my own G-Funk, bro? That's filthy. That is
That is a
disgusting.
war crime right there. So when I was picking my Alana clip, I was thinking of you, buddy. I was like,
Uh,
all right, I hit you with the goat Crystal last week. I'm gonna hit you with the goat one that you're looking for, and I think this is the goat G Funk right here.
yeah. I'm
It's it's not fair with the drum and bass G Funk. That needs to be a thing a little bit more often.
Mhm.
This is the only time they've done that. Your thoughts?
Yeah. Man, I mean, first of all, half of that G-Funk I was hanging off of the balcony by my feet, right next to you, actually.
Yes. Yep.
Um that was a good night. G-Funk is a really, man, that what a success story that song is, right? It makes a couple of rare pop-ups in 2015, goes dormant. I remember when they were doing the lively hang sessions. I didn't want to learn how to play bass. I just wanted to talk to Alana. So I paid for a little hang sesh with Alana, and G Funk came up. And they're so tongue in cheek about everything. I don't know if this was real or if she was just fucking with me, but I almost had to remind her that happened. Like, G Funk, like that thing,
Yeah.
the one that split a third hole into Red Rocks in 2015, and she's like, oh yeah, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, that's y'all like that? That's like a thing. Y'all talk about that? And I never thought we'd hear it again. And for it to go from kind of an afterthought in the band's mind to making its return. When did it make its return? Was it the Caverns that it came back for the
So
first
we
time?
had two in 2015, the one from Red Rocks, and then later that fall, one
Charleston,
in Raleigh, in
Raleigh.
North Carolina, and then it came back in Tahoe in 2016, and then
Okay,
we didn't see it until the Caverns in 2022.
sure.
Um, and since then, we've seen it one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight times since then. So
See,
it's become a regular rotation thing. This one, super unique. I love the Move My Peeps teases. But dude, I have a photographic memory of this moment. I just like started seeing ancient texts and hieroglyphics when they started
hmm
to build up in that drum and bass. I was like, no, no way. So this is New Year's Eve, 12/31/22 at the Fillmore in Denver. Um, that's the G Funk to check out if you're a fan.
Absolutely, and that's
Yeah.
such a good show. As often these kind of peak moments happen in the middle of some really really special shows. I found one that I feel like I don't see too many people talk about anymore. We're gonna go. We're gonna go out to a little desert town you might have heard of called Las Vegas, and spaceship real nice there.
Oh man, dude, real and imagined. Thank God, right? They decided to hit this
Hmm.
one with us and really spend some time on it. Um, yeah, this Vegas 18 run was not playing around, dude. That night, that Ramon from that night too goes off.
Hmm.
You saw the premiere of So at the end of that Walk to the Light as well. It was just
Right.
the first time that we had heard that. Unbelievable night. Yeah, talk me through your selection on this one.
Man, this is just I wasn't at this show. This real and imagine just gets me, man. Phipps kind of painting full pictures, just with the soundscape that he's creating here. A lot of glitchy modular stuff. Stuff that's very reminiscent of kind of what they've, kind of like the groundwork of where we are today. Kind of really started during this era, and I feel like Real and Imagine is a pretty important song and kind of the modular journey that they've gone on. I don't think anyone could argue that probably their best modular moments during this year happened during Real and Imagined. This is my favorite one, but you could go to any Real and Imagine from this year and start halfway through, and you'd have a case for one of the best songs of the year. I mean, this was the year for this song, and I would say this is a top 10 song for me personally. I think it's one of those songs that, if you're trying to show someone what STS9 is, I'm not mad at you if this is the song you pick.
For sure. I mean, the first half of it is, super kind of jazzy and proggy almost even too, and then just they hit you with the dance party after. My opinion, I think 2019 is the year
Of Real
for
and
Real and
Imagine,
Imagine. This one is
really.
really cool because it's before they kind of got into that modular part that stuck to it a little bit. That da-na-na-na,
Yeah,
da-na-na-na. This one is more just kind of like bouncy, like snap music a little
right.
bit. 2019, there's a stretch of three Real and Imagines. One from Tulsa at Kane's Ballroom, April 9th. And then the next one, the following one in Buffalo, part of the Apollo tour. And then the granddaddy of them all, I feel like, is the version from the Caverns in
Okay.
2019.
Okay.
Uh, but these 2 years of this song, yeah, I mean, and yeah, you could say to argue 2018 might be even more fun to listen to because each one of them are a little bit more unique. But I feel like they kind that song turned into Charizard by
Yeah.
the middle of 2019. It kind of reached
Yeah.
its final form. Um,
And
and
one of those songs that it's kind of funny to imagine them sitting on this for 12
right,
years. A song that was largely done. I would love to kind of pick their brain about how much of this was finished and how much Alana added after, before they released it. But, a song that was mostly done and almost on Artifact in 2005, and they just kept it in their back pocket for 12 years. It always makes me wonder what else they're sitting on that they're just like, not yet.
so much. They have
So
so
much stuff.
much. It is a really funny thing to think about of when they choose things and how they choose things and what they're inspired by, whether that's something that's really recent that they made or something that they've been sitting on, like you said, for 20 plus years. So,
Sure.
all right, we're on to the wild card clip here. So I'm gonna kind of share in the same vein I did last time we did this into an improv section, but to one of the wave spell shows here for the wild card clip.
Ah.
Mm.
I forgot about this.
Jesus.
So West Coast, dude. Yo.
The cosmic slop, Scotty. The cosmic slop. I'm gonna read from one of his Instagram posts about this night from this show. Absolute filth. Sheesh. Literally haven't caught the raw time portal Gary faced slinky funk G banger get down like this since Hampton 97. You better tell somebody 3.0 is it. This is the cosmic slop. Whew.
I mean, what a weekend, right?
Yep.
First,
Return of
first,
STS9, baby. Yeah.
you couldn't tell us shit this weekend, dude. We were rolling around with a wagon of 10 pounds of grilled wings at this show, handing them out to strangers and children. Oh my god, man, this was so fun. This and this set was so indicative of just where the vibes were this weekend, right? We hadn't
Huh.
done this for 18 months. We come
Yeah.
back firing on all cylinders with those two Red Rock shows, and then you get the Levitt Pavilion on Sunday, which most STS9 people were very new to the Levitt Pavilion. Most people had never heard of that place. And a lot of people left this night saying we could never go back to Red Rocks and just go back there, and that'd be okay.
Yes, sir. So this is improv part two from the Wave Spell set on July 25th, 2021, part of the band's comeback shows, first two nights at Red Rocks, finishing up at Levitt Pavilion. Part one was a Thelonious Monk section, The Well You Needn't. I mean, the first half, this is an 18-minute plus section, is part two. The first half is this like super up tempo, like drum and bass, but like, dude, just fret tracks all over this, like where it's really hard to discern between Phipps and Alana who's making what noise. Dude, when they get into that kind of bag, that is some of my favorite Sector 9 for sure.
Right.
And like, woo, just gives me chills thinking about this one.
Well, I kind of thought you were going to come with an improv. So I too came with an improv.
That's the wild card, baby. That's like the
Yeah,
definition.
you gotta do it, man. I'm gonna go with a El Clasico.
I was so close to playing this. Oh, yes.
Let it ride. more sirens. I should have started that one a little later so I could have gone a little deeper into it.
Put that one on the Scare Your Grandma playlist, dude.
Oh yeah, no, dude. Grandma is leaving 3.5 minutes into that one.
Yeah. Bro, Improv 4, that is fight song shit, dude. If I
Mm-hmm.
had to pick a song to play on third down for my college
Mm-hmm.
football team,
Mm-hmm.
it's that right there. We're gonna need a long play clock to get it going, but that is some third down music right there. God damn.
I mean, eh, it's this whole show, right, was very much a kind of a tone setting event in the STS9 wave spell time. This is the first time that you didn't have to travel hundreds of miles into the wilderness to see one of these happen. And they delivered in a really really special way. And I think most people would agree that this is kind of the improv track of that night that people walked away saying, "Whoa, let's get more of that."
Yeah. Where did that haunted organ tone go from Phipps? My God. Yeah, that one's got to be turned into a song. I like listening back onto it now. Me and you have listened to this countless times together. I'm hearing a little bit of Dusk influence a little bit, and you know, a lot of these like improvs are turning into songs too. Maybe there's a little bit of a connection there, but yeah, I
Well,
mean, just
it's interesting, right? Because when you go back to the Selector 9 thing last year, this was a track on there that was on the table to be played. As were a few sound checks and improvs from throughout the years, which shows you, I guess at minimum, a willingness and an ability to go back and get these things close enough to form to where the fans would be satisfied with them. And I guess at best you've got some more fire in the closet that just might be waiting for the right time to be dropped.
I would hope so, I think. And I mean, just yeah, this was the first full, it's just a 2 hour long wave spell show,
Yeah.
right? And this was
Yep.
Summit Music Hall, part of the 2018 New Year's run, correct? Was this on the
Sure.
30th?
This is
Yeah.
the 30th. This was the same weekend as the Melted Soundboard the first night. Um, and that was pretty much the only bad thing that happened this weekend. Summit kind of sucks as a venue. Um,
It was a little small for sure.
yeah. This isn't my hot give and take, but I would, if I never had to see STS9 do a wave spell show in 1,000-person venue again, it would be too soon. Um, I understand the thought behind the intimacy of it, but I'm just too old to be standing on top of you motherfuckers, dude. Like,
I feel you.
give me some space, man. Let's throw these shows. Let's throw these in the Fillmore, or somewhere where we got some room, because this is party music, and I need to move around.
No, that is yeah, like you said, the battle of the improvs here for
Yep.
sure. I think that one was on my Selector 9 playlist too, actually.
Oh, really?
Mine was far too heady. I was kind of looking, I couldn't find it in my phone, but I was so close to playing that one here today. I'm glad we got to cover it. But
Yeah.
that wraps up edition 2 of Wave Spell, the Wave Spell format here on Pod Podgers. Let us know in the comments whose clips were hotter. And then, yeah, we're moving on to giving hot take. Scotty, it's your turn this week.
All right, man. Yeah, I don't know how much of a how much of a hot take this is. Well, anytime you have anything, well, I'm not even saying anything bad about Artifact. Listen, man, stop playing people Artifact as their first taste of STS9. What are we doing here? Like, I understand what people are saying when that's their best album. You are not giving anyone a fair shake at what STS9 sounds like by giving them anything studio related, Artifact or otherwise.
I think
But
you're best off with TUI in that situation.
if you're looking for something the truest to a live form of STS9, sure. But there's live stuff on Spotify, guys. You don't have to have Bandcamp, but you should. Grow up and order
Right.
Bandcamp. But no, I just I came across that thread the other day. You know, if you could show somebody STS9 for the first time and show them one thing, what would it be? And the most popular answer to this question is always Artifact. And unless you're into instrumental music, and you've already kind of got a taste for uh, this kind of thing, I
Like
don't.
down tempo, like Emancipator
Yeah,
almost type
I
stuff, you know?
I don't
Yeah.
I don't know if this gets anybody if that gets anybody excited for their first taste of STS9. Now, go play them anything live from 2005 if you want to go to the Artifact era. You're gonna
Mm,
find stuff like that first clip you played. Yeah, play that for them.
yeah.
But I would say playing almost anything live from any era is a better representation of that band as a whole than studio Artifact. And I don't know, I'm just tired of pretending like the best album is always the best go-to, especially for this band. My answer, and I've said this before, is a 2015 Shock Doctrine. If you really want to do that, but it's not Artifact, and we need to stop pretending like it is.
I'm with you there. I did not see that thread, and that I wouldn't say it surprises me, but it does just shock me overall that that is the consensus for
Yeah,
sure. So I'm
yeah.
with you there. We've got a really fun exercise here, Scotty.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking about this for a few weeks. Um, so I want to know, we're gonna do a top five. We're gonna do a top five. Been a few weeks since we did a top five here.
Yes,
Um,
I think this is our first top five of the year.
Scotty, what are your favorite things to do? You talking about showing people STS9 is bringing someone to their first STS9 show, right?
Yes.
You've been known to say, "Hey, I'll buy the ticket. Just come, see if you like it, and it'll be either be the first night of the rest of your life, or if you don't like it,
Or it's just
yeah,
another night, you
yeah."
know. The only thing that you're ever gonna waste with me if you're coming to your first STS9 show is time if you don't like it. But you're certainly not gonna spend any money, and I'm almost positive you're not gonna view it as time wasted. But
Yes.
my thought is usually, and of course, if you can't come the first night, we can go the second or the third night. But I like doing it the first night because my thought is if I buy your ticket, you come with me, you have a blast, you're like, holy shit, that was amazing, Scotty. Well, I agree, and they're doing it again tomorrow, but it's going to be completely different, and you can buy a ticket to that one, and you can come on. And now that experience that I gifted you, you can gift yourself right back, and maybe we turn you into kind of a psycho like the rest of us are by the end of the weekend. So,
So
yeah, that's
this
always
this
been my attitude on it.
exercise, yeah, we get to do a little bit of hypothetical here.
Yes.
Top five people, and we'll do a snake draft here.
Mm-hmm.
You can go first since I did first on the wave spell clips here. Uh, anyone in the world could be a fictional character, could be a real person, dead or alive.
Mm-hmm.
Want to hear your top five, starting with five down to one, of people you'd want to bring to their first STS9 show.
Yes. So when you gave me this prompt, I went to people that I knew first, and then I kind of reread it. And the historical characters got me. Because STS9 pulls from so many different avenues of inspiration. So honestly, most of my answer, with the exception of one personal one, is kind of people that laid groundwork in some way or another for STS9. I would like to put them in front of the band and have them go, whoa, that's what it turned into. And my first one's easy. It's Jerry Garcia, man. I think
Mm,
Jerry Garcia would fucking love STS9. Um,
man. Jerry would
You
have
know,
loved modular jams.
you're right. And I just because he's the godfather of the whole thing. And I think he would dig where this whole thing got taken. I maybe it's kind of a mail-in answer, but if you want, if you wanted to show anybody kind of where we are as a culture and you wanted to show STS9 to them, I think to me it's Jerry. I couldn't leave him off this list, so he's my number five.
Got it. All right. Number five for me, we're gonna stay in Colorado here. It's a very heavy Colorado-based show here. I'm going with Randy Marsh from South Park.
Ah.
Randy has got to be my favorite character in that show for a lot of reasons, but like he just he has so many things he just pours himself into, that he likes. He became Lord. I'd love for him to hear Green Light. I mean, it is
Yeah,
one of his songs.
he
He is
wrote it.
Lord. Yeah. He could probably catch a show pretty easily, considering how
Sure.
often they play it in Colorado. Randy Marsh, just be a good old time at an STS9 show. So that's number five for me. Number four, I'm gonna go with a musical artist as well. I gotta go with Prince, man. Seeing Prince, let's take him to a First Avenue show in Minneapolis, and let's see what he thinks of Circus Purple Rain Circus. Um, there are some incredible recordings of Prince, kind of in the wave spell format too. These are the 1977 improv tapes, which I'll post a link to in the description here. Um, just would love to see what Prince thinks, and he loves the color purple, just like our Queen Alana too. He'd show up decked out in purple, and he would dig the purple sneakers from Alana. So five, Randy Marsh, four, Prince for me.
Prince was my number three.
That's why this is a draft, baby.
I've got a backup that I thought of actually while we were doing this episode, so it's not a problem. Um, Man, Alan Watts seems like a cool guy to catch an STS9 show with.
Yeah.
Uh, just it would be cool to see his take. Obviously that's somebody that they've used once or twice to intro. I think it's Totem. Have they used his voice twice, or is it just Totem?
Totem is all I know for sure, but I
I
wouldn't be
think that's
surprised if we've
correct.
heard other stuff from him as well. But
Um,
yes.
but just obviously a huge inspiration for the band. I think they would find it very cool to play a show for Alan Watts, and would just be cool to see what he thought of Totem.
There you go.
And my number three was Prince. But when we were talking about G Funk, I thought it'd be cool to just get any early '90s West Coast producer,
Oh
whether that's
yeah.
whether that's Warren G or Dr. Dre. Rest in peace, Nate Dogg. You would have loved G Funk, you know. Um, just
So who is it then? Pick one.
well, let's say Dr. Dre. Let's let,
All
let
right.
let's do the Godfather of them all. But maybe actually no, let's go Nate Dogg because
All right.
his sound is more the G Funk sound.
Yeah.
Um, and Phipps just drips that '90s West Coast synth. And we featured a lot of it tonight. And that's what got me thinking about it. But I don't know. I just think anyone associated with that G Funk era would really, really appreciate it. And since he's not around anymore, let's get Nate Dogg to a show. Your turn for number two, right? Or do I do number? Yeah, you go.
Yep. Number two. Um, well, we got Randy Marsh, Prince. This is a
No,
tough to
you got number
choose
three.
from. I'm gonna go with Borat. Yeah, have you seen his movies? He's looking to make movies about American culture, so this would be a really good. I mean, this would be a scene in the new Borat movie. Oh my God, you bring Borat to the SCS9 show? Gee, I like it when they play a disco dance music. Yes, the drummer, Mr. Yes, what his name is Zach Velmers. He's very good. Oh, there is a woman in the band. Oh,
They let women play music.
yes. I want to see him hit those dance moves. He's
That's
got to show
funny.
up in that green neon thong too. So,
That's
yeah.
fucking hilarious. Okay, cool. Who's your number two?
So we might have messed this up. This whole snake trap.
Yeah,
I don't
wait.
know. I should have took two at the same time there twice. So I've got Randy Marsh, Prince,
Prince. And then,
Borat,
all right. All right.
and then you go with your number two. We'll
Cool.
alternate from here
This
out.
this is my personal one, man. It's my aunt and uncle. It's really my. It's really. It's both of them. If my aunt wanted to come, I would love for her to come. But my uncle is the guy who has put me on to a lot of music in my life. They're both older. They're both in their 80s, and I don't even know how long they would make it at an STS9 show. But I've never gotten to see anything live with them, and they're the ones that I'm always explaining. Yeah, I'm going to see that band again. And so even if it was just for a set, I would love to get them in a little section with some chairs where they could sit down and just kind of soak in what you and I have soaked in hundreds of times. I can't think of a more special experience than bringing my aunt and uncle, who are my parents for those that don't know, that's like kind
Hmm.
of my mom and dad. So I'd love to get them to a show.
Tugging to the heartstrings. Love it.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely.
Number two for me has got to be Robin Williams.
Oh,
I mean, I miss Robin so much. My goodness, just what a tragedy. But I mean, part of this, I'd like to take the genie version of Robin Williams.
okay.
Get a couple wishes at a show. Can I get a basso profundo, please?
Immediately.
And hearing Robin Williams, I don't know if anyone here is familiar with like his stand up along with his incredible performances in movies, but to like hear how he talks at the rate that he does about things that he feels like are beautiful. Like, yeah, the thing about STS9, they create these beautiful soundscapes, this oscillating rhythms that are just phenomenal, man. And it's like to hear his late night breakdown of what he just witnessed. I would pay a lot of money for that. So
Oh,
number two for
it'd
me,
be
Robin
fun to
Williams.
get Robin Williams in a late night conversation about Get
He'd
Loud and
probably
Sweet.
bring a lot of good supplies as well for the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Good conversation is what we mean, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, my number one, man. Can you imagine what Thomas Edison would have had to say about Tiberius?
He's like, this is what I had in mind. And
When
then
I created the light bulb? Can you imagine if you just said, "Hey, dude, this is what happened here.
yeah. Look what you've done.
Look what you have done."
All of the light songs too.
Right.
You get Light the Way, you get Walk to the Light, you get All Sounds All Light, and when the dust settles. And yeah, a big nice light rig for Thomas Edison. He might not make it
Yeah.
out of there, man. That's like
No, dude, could you imagine?
Thomas Edison. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I was thinking was that meme. Rest in peace, Thomas Edison. You would have loved sex.
That's incredible. Oh, all right. Number one for me, Jameis Winston.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
The
Oh,
horses are prepared to battle, and now it's God's will. I can't believe I get a chance to see STS9 at the Tabernacle. God is good. God is great. Let's go eat a W.
Oh man, that's a great number one. I would want to do anything that Jameis Winston wanted to do.
Yeah.
STS9 show or otherwise. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
James Winston, if you're a listener, we'll take you to your first show.
We will get you to a show. We'll give you the treatment, buddy. You know he'd be back. Once he got familiar with the catalog too. Like, have you heard
Oh
that thing
yeah.
where one of his former teammates was like, when Jameis Winston is calling a play in the huddle, it's like he's telling a secret, right? So I imagine him getting like 5 shows under his belt and he's looking for a few songs. He's like in a huddle of his friends before the show, like, what if they open with a This Us and then we get a Grizzly after that, right?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
just
they do that.
breaking
They do that pretty
huddles.
often, Jameis.
Yeah.
Good
Spot
call.
on.
You're
You're
learning.
getting it. Yeah, you're getting it. So those are great lists, and we want to hear yours, right, Scotty?
Yes, that's we're this that is our prompt for next week for you guys. Uh, top five dead or alive. Who do you want next to you at a Sound Tribe show? This can be family, friends, famous, not famous, whatever, man. We want to hear your reasons and we want to hear why. Um, and are we done? I think that's it.
Yeah, we'll be back next week with a very exciting third edition of the Artist Spotlight. That's all I'll say for now. But
There might have been a hint in here somewhere
mhm.
on one of our clips. We'll let you try to decipher what it is, but we will see you guys next week with a really cool guest.
Yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Subscribe to Bandcamp first and foremost. Like Scotty says, like, subscribe wherever you're listening and watching here. We'll see you next week.